name is Ariana Davison. I'm a 7th grader in the Global Issues course at the Harrisburg Academy. And today, I'm here to talk to you about the devastating environmental impact of the meat industry. Worldwide, the meat industry causes water and land pollution, soil erosion and soil degradation, sends greenhouse gas emissions into the atmosphere, and uses our natural resources and fossil fuels. This picture, for instance, shows the average feedlot. A feedlot is an area where livestock are fed, contained, and fattened up for their entire lives. This picture demonstrates soil degradation, also known as soil pudging. Soil degradation happens when the cattle tramples over the soil over and over again and compacts the soil so that sunlight, water, and nutrients cannot get into the soil, and it leaves the soil infertile and unable to sustain plant life. Now, if the soil pudging is bad enough, deep trenches and gullies can form, and the soil will stay infertile for decades. So now I've just given you an example of the devastating impact that the meat industry can do on the environment, but I haven't told you why you should care, or why this is a global issue. Well, first of all, this affects you directly, whether you realize it or not. Daily, greenhouse gas emissions are rising, and two of those greenhouse gas emissions are methane and nitrous oxide, and the main contributors to that are the meat industry. This graph shows the annual greenhouse gas emissions by sector and in the United States. And agricultural byproducts is the meat industry. And the meat industry accounts for 12.5% of the greenhouse gas emissions. And then it shows methane and nitrous oxide. And the meat industry contributes the largest amount of methane into the environment, which is 40%, along with the largest amount of nitrous oxide, which is 62%. Along with sending greenhouse gas emissions into the environment, the meat industry uses natural resources like land. They cut down trees, which supply us with oxygen, and they use coal and gas. According to NPR, also known as the National Public Radio, in order to produce a quarter-pound hamburger, you would need 6.7 pounds of grains and forage to feed the cow, 52.8 gallons of water, and that's water needed to irrigate the grains and for the cow, 74.5 square feet of land, and 1,036 BTUs. According to WiseGeek, a BTU, also known as British Thermal Unit, is the amount of energy needed to raise 1 pound of water by 1 degree Fahrenheit. Also, in California, in order to raise 1 pound of beef, you would need 2,464,000 gallons of water. This is equivalent to a 7-minute shower every day for 6 months. However, in order to raise only 1 pound of wheat, you only need 25 gallons of water. Now, aquifers and water tables globally are dropping. The U.S. Geological Survey says that 40% of water in the United States is used for agricultural farming. Now, only 13% is used for everyday purposes, such as showers, brushing your teeth, and flushing toilets. Now, along with the massive use of water, the meat industry pollutes water. In 1995, 25 million gallons of waste spilled into the New River in North Carolina from a hog farm. This picture demonstrates the hog farm. Now, instantly, 10 million fish and marine life were killed. These little houses over here are where the hogs were, and if you can tell, the river is a reddish color, and that's indicated that it is severely polluted. Now, also, there's a 7,000 square mile dead zone in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, in this dead zone, there's absolutely no marine life, and this is due to the meat industry. Worldwide, only 8% of food grown is used for human consumption. Now, 2/3 of land worldwide contains livestock. Overall, feedlots create dead zones, they have runoff from fertilizer and waste, and they destroy forests and grasslands. The Vegetarian Times concluded that over a time period of 100 years, half of the topsoil in Iowa was lost due to agricultural farming. Now, in order to produce a quarter-pound hamburger made from rainforest cattle, Now, rainforest cattle was simply cattle that was made in the rainforest, or raised in the rainforest. You would need 55 square feet. Now, that is equivalent to the size of a small kitchen. And with every square foot destroyed, up to 100 insect species and dozens of birds, mammals, and other animals are killed. This picture demonstrates the Amazon rainforest. It has a kind of before and after. And as you can see, there's absolutely no life whatsoever. And this land will be used for farming. Now, you may think that it's not bad because it's, not a very large section of land. But when you have thousands of areas like this, or tens of thousands, that's when it becomes an issue. According to the Leadership for Environment and Development, on average, a United States citizen eats about 176 pounds of meat a year. Now, if the global population were to consume as much meat as we did in America, we would need 2/3 more land than what is presently used. Now, there are 17 billion livestock worldwide, yet there are only 7 billion humans on average. Now, overall, on an environmental standpoint, the meat industry does not benefit us. It sends massive amounts of greenhouse gas emissions into the atmosphere, and it pollutes our water, land, and along with that, it uses our natural resources. If we continue on our same path, our resources will continue to be reduced by a large amount. This picture demonstrates the cost of meat, a vegan dish versus a steak dish. So this is 1 cup of broccoli, 1 cup of eggplant, 4 ounces of cauliflower, and 8 ounces of rice. And it shows the amount of gasoline needed to produce this. Now, only 0.0098 gallons of gasoline is needed to make this dish. Now, for 6 ounces of a beef steak, 0.1587 gallons of gasoline is needed. Now, this is 16 times as much as the vegan dish. So you can see that might be a little bit of an issue. Now, a good source for information is PETA Magazine. And PETA Magazine is free. You get, it's called a Vegetarian or Vegan Starter Kit. And all you do is go online, www.peta.org, and you can sign up, and you type in your address, and they send you this magazine. And it has information about stars that are vegetarian or vegan, and it also has environmental, health, and humane issues for why people are choosing to become a vegetarian or vegan. Now, what you can do to help this cause is to eat less meat. Now, there's let's say a phase going on called Meatless Mondays, and basically their slogan is 1 day a week, cut out meat. So instead of having that steak for dinner, have pasta with plain marinara sauce, or order pizza without sausage. There's a lot of different meals that you can have. Now, if you go to meatlessmondays.com, they have lots of recipes that you can find and make that are simple and easy. Now, thank you for coming, and we're going to have a brief question and answer session. Yes?
What made you choose this topic?
Okay, good question. I chose this topic because I myself am a vegetarian, and I became a vegetarian because of humane reasons, and I wanted to find out about any environmental reasons, and if there were environmental issues concerning the meat industry, what they were. Okay, anything else? All right, thank you for coming. Have a good day.